Grade 9, Subject Physics, Lesson Motion, Module 1. Objectives. At the end of this module, you will be able to define motion, to differentiate between vector and scalar quantities, to differentiate between distance and displacement. Motion. Dear children, what can you see here? Yes, different types of motion. Rectilinear motion, circular motion, rotational motion and periodic motion. What is motion? A body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object taken as a reference point. Then, what is a reference point? A reference point is a fixed point used to determine motion. We are in motion according to what point? The tree, the house, the sun, the center of the Milky Way. All stationary objects can be taken as a reference point. Before discussing about motion, we have to know about physical quantities. Quantities of physics are called physical quantities. Examples: length, mass, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, pressure, force, etc. All the physical quantities are divided into two types: vector and scalar quantities. A scalar quantity is one that only indicates how much. That means the magnitude of the quantity. A vector quantity indicates the how much and the direction of the quantity. A vector quantity is written with an arrow above the quantity. Example: speed is a scalar quantity. That means only magnitude is needed. But weight is a vector quantity. Both magnitude and direction needed. Motion can be described by two physical quantities: distance and displacement. In everyday language, the words distance and displacement are used in the same sense. But in physics, these two words have different meanings. Let us understand this difference by taking an example. In this figure, suppose the boy starts from A, then moves to B, then to C. The total displacement will be AC. That means displacement is the shortest straight line distance between the initial and final position. Then what is distance? Distance is the total path covered by the boy irrespective of the direction. But displacement is the shortest straight line distance between the initial and final positions. The concept is more clear from this figure. In this figure, the distance between P and Q is 20 meter, but the displacement is only 2 meter. Displacement is a change in position. If you start at a position and end at the exact same position, how much has your position changed? The position changed is 0. That means overall displacement can equal 0, but the distance travelled by a person cannot be 0. In this module, you have learned that motion is a change in position with respect to a reference point. Physical quantities are. In this module, you have learned that motion is a change in position with respect to a reference point. Physical quantities are of two types: vector quantities and scalar quantities. Distance is the total path covered irrespective of the direction, but displacement is the shortest distance between the initial and final positions.